points about glaucoma and primary open angle glaucoma in the first part of glaucoma, that is our previous video. So now let's continue the glaucoma. Primary angle closure glaucoma. Here the peripheral iris moves forward to block the opening of the trabecular meshwork, leading to increased intraocular pressure leading to glaucoma. So here what happens is, this is the normal eye lens and this is the angle through which the aqueous humor drains out. This is the aqueous humor. In case of primary angle closure glaucoma, during mid dilation of the pupil, the lens comes in contact with the iris. Iris comes in contact with the lens, due to which there is angle narrowing. This angle becomes narrowed. That is why this is called as primary angle closure glaucoma. There is iridolenticular apposition, due to which there is formation of peripheral anterior synechiae. That is, the iris comes in contact with the cornea, producing peripheral anterior synechiae. Some fibrosis between the iris and the cornea, posterior surface of the cornea, due to which there is accumulation of aqueous humor beneath these iris. So this is all the aqueous humor getting accumulated without being able to drain into the angle. So this is called as iris bombay formation. Risk factors of primary angle closure glaucoma: age more than 50 years, predominant in females, and having short eye, small corneal diameter, shallow anterior chamber, and relative anterior positioning of the lens iris diaphragm. So here aqueous humor is produced from the ciliary body. So there is aqueous flow because of the formation of iris bombay. This is the iris bombay formation. The aqueous humor cannot enter into the anterior chamber, and also the angle is narrowed. Therefore, the trabecular flow is blocked, leading to primary angle closure glaucoma. Clinical features of primary angle closure glaucoma: it is mostly bilateral and asymmetrical. And now let's see the stages of primary angle closure glaucoma. First stage is primary angle closure suspect. So this is just a suspicion. The patients have occludable angle, but there are no signs of glaucoma or no optic disc changes. Second stage is primary angle closure. Here there is occludable angle present along with the formation of peripheral anterior synechiae, and there is increased intraocular pressure. But the optic disc does not have glaucomatous damage. The third stage is primary angle closure glaucoma. Here the second stage, primary angle closure, is also having glaucomatous optic neuropathy. So we will see all these changes along with glaucomatous optic neuropathy. Clinical classification. First is primary angle closure suspect. These people have shallow anterior chamber with an occludable angle which is seen through gonioscopy. The angle in gonioscopy is less than 20 degrees and there are no other gonioscopic abnormalities seen. So here the test done is dark room prone provocative test. To confirm the diagnosis, the patient is put in a dark room and he is asked to lie down in prone position for about 1 hour. And using gonioscopy, we measure the intraocular pressure. If there is intraocular pressure of 8 millimeters of mercury from the baseline, this predisposes to primary angle closure glaucoma. Second is primary angle closure. Here there is occludable angle along with peripheral anterior synechiae formation and pigment deposition of the trabecular surface. Clinical features of this stage is there is unilateral headache or brow ache, blurring of vision, and unbroken colored halos are seen, for which the differential diagnosis is cataract. The difference between the colored halos seen in glaucoma and the cataract is, in glaucoma the colored halos are unbroken, whereas in cataract the colored halos are broken. This is done by Emslie-Finham stenopaque slit test. So there is a slit test performed which differentiates colored halos between the glaucoma and cataract. As I've already said, in glaucoma the colored halos are unbroken, whereas in early cataract the colored halos are broken. The third is acute primary angle closure glaucoma. Due to sudden closure of the angle, there is severe unilateral headache, nausea, vomiting, and diminution of vision in the red eye. So the differential diagnosis for the red eye is acute anterior uveitis and acute congestive glaucoma. On examination, there is ciliary and conjunctival congestion, corneal edema, shallow anterior chamber, iris Bombay formation, and mid-dilated pupil. And there is characteristic Vogg's triad seen in this acute PACG stage. This triad consists of iris atrophy, pigments on the corneal endothelium, and glaucoma fleccens, which is nothing but anterior subcapsular cataract. The fourth is chronic primary angle closure glaucoma. This is due to either increased frequency of primary angle closure glaucoma or increased duration of acute primary angle closure glaucoma. These two leads to irreversible Seine-Naqi formation and closure of the angle. This is called as chronic primary angle closure glaucoma. Coming to the treatment for treating the increased intraocular pressure, we give topical or systemic medication. If the intraocular pressure is more than 50 millimeters of mercury, IV acetazolamide 500 milligrams is given or IV mannitol is given. But the drug of choice are the miotics, which are topical pilocarpine 2%. They constrict the pupil and thereby pulls iris away from the angle. But the definitive treatment is surgery, which is laser iridotomy. Now let's see how laser iridotomy is performed. This is performed using ND YAG laser and the size is 150 to 200 microns. Position of the laser iridotomy is the mid periphery at 1 o'clock or 11 o'clock position. A drop of pilocarpine is instilled 30 minutes before the iridotomy to keep the peripheral iris taut. So this is the iridotomy, putting a hole in the iris which is at 1 o'clock or 11 o'clock position in the mid periphery. And there is something called as combined mechanism glaucoma. Here there is both occludable angle present and as well as few peripheral anterior Seine-Naqi along with trabecular changes of primary open angle glaucoma. This is called as combined mechanism glaucoma. This occludable angle and presence of few peripheral anterior Seine-Naqi are incidental findings or additive findings, whereas this is the main finding. This is the part 2 of glaucoma. We will see the remaining part of glaucoma in our next video. Thank you.